Hello everyone, I'm back with another video. So I decided to delay this video until I had read the other three books in the series or listened to the other three books in the series. So we are actually doing a chapter by chapter impression of Crimes and Covers. This is the fourth book in the magical, either it's like the A Magical Bookshop Mystery by Amanda Flowers. So, one of the reasons that I delayed in doing this video is because, um, is because, I kind of didn't want to confuse the listener when I'm talking about the events and all that type of stuff, because there's something happens in here that did not happen in the first book. So it's much easier to just go through it and do the video at a later date and everything. So I just finished chapter 1 of the book, and in this one, we find out that that Daisy's granddaughter is supposed to be getting married to the sheriff. Daisy is a mayor now, which which happens in the other books. And right now in chapter 1, it is just basically her friend coming in and being kind of like, oh my god, we gotta get this done, and she's kind of freaking out because every time her friend and Daisy talk about the wedding, she gets more and more kind of anxious and all that. And I really do feel bad for her in this chapter because she is, she's really trying to like keep it together. She at first wanted to be, I'm going to turn this book over so you can see the cover. She kind of wanted to kind of have it in, in the bookstore and stuff. And of course, what's going on is things are just not happening the way that she wanted them to. Daisy feels the need to invite everybody in town to the wedding, so now they're having it outside and stuff like that. Like I said, I really feel bad for her in this chapter because, I personally have never ever experienced a wedding that chaotic in my entire life, and I have been to a couple. But anyways, overall, the chapter really was like, made me really happy that I did not start doing this video when I picked up this book. Alright, so I'm going to go ahead and start on chapter 2, and I will be back with that video. And another thing is, I'm not going to start off with like my traditional introduction. I'm just going to go right on to chapter 2. Or I'm going to go and start explaining chapter 2. Hi guys, welcome back to the book. Welcome back. Sorry, I kind of screwed that up. Anyways, so I just finished reading chapter 2, and sorry if my voice is low. I might have to raise it up. The reason for this is because my brother is doing a video, or I think he's doing a video, and I don't want my voice to get into his video. So yeah. So I read chapter 2 of this book, and something is really up about this. You have this book, this first edition, first printing of this book, and I can't read what the title of the book is that this lady is trying to sell to her, but she makes a statement that she has a couple copies of the same book, including a gift that she got from her grandmother for Christmas. And she is asking for the value of the book, and she's trying to tell her, look, I'm not a rare book dealer, so I can't give you a estimate of how much the book is worth. And it's kind of like, you ever get it where like people are really pushy and they're like, give me, and you're kind of like, I don't want to give you after like this. The whole thing is just odd. And I was reading it, and I read it in the hallway because how bad the light is in here. Um, I was reading it and it was like, yeah, there's really something up about this. This is just bizarre in itself. And I'm reading this chapter and I'm like, what the hell is going on here? You have this woman who has this supposedly really rare book, and she's just pushing this on her. So there's just something going on here, and I'm kind of interested in like what is going on. What is going on here? Anyways, I'm going to go ahead and read chapter 3. Hopefully my brother will be done with his video, and hopefully this audio did not get into his audio, because that would suck. But yeah, so I'm going to go ahead and read chapter 3, and yeah. Hi guys, I'm back. So now I can talk my normal tones. I don't know how this is going to appear in the video. So we're back with the book, and I have just finished chapter 3 of the book, and we get so because this is the 4th book of the series, her husband to be has probably already appeared several times in the series, but in this one he appears. He's busy moving his stuff into where he will be living at with his wife when they marry, and there is a lot of talk about like what the store, what the land is made of, and the legends around it, around the tree especially, and everything. I get a kick out of the Crow when he's like, "Get a room." I thought that was hilarious. Yeah, chapter 3 was absolutely a delight to read. I enjoyed it immensely. It was great to be introduced these characters that I'm busy listening to from the first book. And it's interesting. She's kind of like telling him, "Hey, buddy, you can't back out of this because you're gonna get this along with me." And she also calls herself a caretaker. So it's definitely a lot different than a lot of other books where you just have like the bookstore owner. She actually has a title, which is interesting. It was interesting to read it and to kind of get a sense of this world that is at the time this was published 3 books in. So I really got a kick of her characters and all that type of stuff. So I am currently on chapter 4. I'm going to read one more chapter, and then I'm going to end it for the day. And I will probably try to read 1 or 2 chapters tomorrow. Hey guys, so this is now I have finished reading chapter 4. Chapter 4 was not a long chapter. It was pretty short. I like short chapters, and I think the only time that I really will like have a book with long chapters is if I intentionally write long chapters. So in this one, there's a passage that she's reading, and she's kind of like not quite sure like what she's going to do. She kind of wants a break from being this caretaker because she has all this stuff on her plate, but her husband to be calls it the essence, which is unusual, but okay. And she's trying to figure out like what is going on. No dead body's been found yet. There's not been a dead body found yet. But she's kind of confused about like what is the store trying to tell her, what is the essence trying to tell her. And this is something that is new, that I have never ever heard before. At least, you know, in my own personal opinion, I've never like heard that before. Um, so it's an interesting concept, but like, you know, chapter 4 was a pretty decently written chapter. It wasn't anything that was like horrible about it, and I want to continue to read this book. So now I'm currently on chapter 5 of this book. What I will be doing is, like, on my days off, I'll read like up to like 10 chapters. So I'll do like 10 videos, and then I'll put it in a little area, and then, like, on the days I have to work, I'll read like up to 5 chapters. So yeah, so that is for this book. For today, I'm going to be continuing this book tomorrow. The book has about there's like 28 chapters, so I should have this book done in a couple of days, and then I will put it all together, and I will do what I do. So I will see you guys tomorrow. Bye. Okay, so I'm marking this. So today's the first day of September, and I just kind of wanted to mark that in the video, that at the time of doing this video, it is the first day of September. So, yeah, so yesterday I did not read or listen to any of my Amanda Flower books, because I was just so busy with writing that I just didn't have time to do it. And today I'd have even less time because I have to work this afternoon. So I'm only covering 2 chapters in this video at this point. So yeah. So I started reading chapter 5, and she's out there, like, collecting water, and it's kind of weird. It's like snowy out there, but she's out there collecting water, and we kind of get a little history of, like, the lady that came and founded the town, and about, you know, her husband passed away, and everything like that. And so, you know, so when she got to what would be where she's at, she was like, you know, the founder of the town realized there was something special about the town, about the area, and built the town on it. So we still have not yet seen a dead body. I mean, because it's like the first book, we got the dead body, I believe, in chapter 3 or 4, one of the two. This one, not yet. Not yet at all. We have not been introduced to the dead body. We have been introduced to a mysterious figure, but not a dead body yet, which is weird. But yeah. So, we are still looking for the body. And sorry. So we'll see what happens. But Emerson is acting really odd in the chapter, like he knows there's danger. And yeah, so we'll see what happens in chapter 6. Hi guys. Right. So final video for today. I will come back tomorrow and read 2 more chapters. So we have I finally finished chapter 6 of this book, and finally the dead body shows up. Finally the dead body shows up. I personally kind of find it kind of annoying when the dead body appears, like, after chapter 5, because I kind of want to, like, you know, be there, like, when the, like, I don't know. I just get annoyed by it. It just, and I'm not the only one that gets annoyed by it. There was another girl on YouTube that actually got annoyed by the fact that we have to wait maybe up to chapter 8 for the dead body to finally pop out of the ground. So it was the woman in the big jacket, big coat, and she leaves a note saying that someone stole my book, and it was actually Walden. Walden. It was Walden. And because the mayor of the town is hosting the wedding, you have the police department that's there because it's the mayor. And so of course they're rushing. They're having dresses and suits on, and they're rushing. And because, you know, at the end of the day, they're still police officers. They still have to do their job. And so, yes, finally we get the dead body. And thankfully it was not Grandma Daisy. We're very happy about that. Grandma Daisy did not die in this book so far. We don't know what's going to happen at the end of it. We don't know. But it was not the perfect ending to her wedding that Violet wanted. And it's like, yeah, in the world of murder mysteries, weddings generally sometimes don't end well. They don't end well at all. But yeah, so I am really enjoying this book a lot, and yeah. So I will be back tomorrow. Tomorrow is going to be Monday. So yeah, I've got basically, well, at the time this video shot, I've got 3 days until payday. I am so happy. Yeah. Okay, so I will see you around. Alright, so yesterday I did not read the book because I was still exhausted from work, but I finally got back to reading the book, and we're going through chapter 7 of Crimes and Covers. This was a pretty short chapter, if I want to say. Just basically, Violet's new husband giving orders to, I forgot, I can't even pronounce the guy's name. Him and Violet have not gotten along since the first book. He was the one that had Grandma Daisy arrested. So we find out that the victim and Grandma Daisy knew each other back during their college years. She mentions the word Stone Age in this chapter, which I thought was hilarious. But she's the one who directed directed her friend to Charming Books. And yeah, so we learn a little bit about the victim and everything, and so that's pretty much all that happens in this chapter. Is, you know, we learn something a little bit more about the victim, about her connection to Grandma Daisy, and we see Mr. Stink in the Mud. But yeah, so as far as that chapter is concerned, I enjoyed it, and I thought that it was well written, and I'm going to go ahead and read the next chapter. Hi guys, so I have finished chapter 8, so as of today, that is all I'm going to read, because I do have to go to work today. Alright, so chapter 8 of the book. Nothing really exciting happens at all in this chapter. They just kind of have this conversation among each other, and Aunt Daisy says, you know, basically that the victim wasn't her friend, just her roommate and stuff like that. And she kind of doesn't have anything really nice to say about the victim, you know, and everything. And it's one of those things where it's like, oh, I knew her, but I don't really know her as much as I, but yeah. So Grandma Daisy doesn't really have anything nice to say about the victim, which of course shocks Violet, because she's like, well, she was your friend, and she's like, no, she was my friend. She was my roommate, not my friend. Which kind of tells me, like, what in the world did this woman do to give Grandma Daisy a very bad impression of her? So, anyways, chapter 8 was good to read. It took me about a minute or two to read the chapter. It wasn't a long chapter, and yeah, you're just kind of like wondering like what happened. Hello, everyone. Okay, so I actually have not read this book in like 2 days. That is mainly because I was working and I come home and I would just be like so dead tired and everything. I'm going to have to renew all the books that I've got still out. So I really am going to have to hurry up and get these books read so that I mean, even though I don't have to worry about fines, I still want to return them on time and all that. So, anyways, we're going to be covering chapter 9 of Crimes and Covers. Another short chapter, just basically, in it, this woman shows up and she is demanding that the Walden be returned to her. She says that she's like the heir and all that type of stuff. And of course, our little bookseller is kind of like, I have no evidence that you're who you claim to be and everything. And this woman literally loses her stuff over this. She is mad, and she throws her cane at Violet, which is not exactly a good idea. But anyways, so despite it being a short chapter, I did enjoy it. Hello, everyone. So now I have finished chapter 10, so now on chapter 11. So chapter 10 is just basically a whole chapter about this woman who claims to be related to the author of the book of Walden. And of course, Violet is telling her over and over again, because she has done research on him, that he did not have any children of any kind, and there's no way in the world they could be related. Of course, the old lady is like, yeah, no, I know I'm related to him. And literally, they're having a full-blown argument, and she's accusing her of stealing the book, or like buying stolen property and all this stuff. And it has become a full-on shouting match, with it only being one way, and that's her. And then, of course, when Violet's husband comes in, of course, she accuses her of sleeping with the cops and all that type of stuff. And Violet's like, oh, please help me. Please help me. Overall, I enjoyed the chapter a lot. I think that this is really getting along really well. And, yeah, it's something else for this poor woman. So, yeah. So, I officially I'm on chapter 11. There is, 28 chapters, so I got probably at least about 17 more chapters to go. So it's going to be a pretty long video. It's going to be a pretty long video. Hey guys, I'm back. So, yeah, so I am going to be covering chapter 11 of Crimes and Covers. I'm doing a total of about 5 short videos that are all going to be put together when I'm ready to edit it. So basically what I'll just do is I'll count how many videos I did, and I'm just going to make that many little pages, and then I'm going to slap, put them in there one by one. So that's what I'm going to do. The thing was, before I begin, the thing with doing this kind of video is I have to constantly delete the original, or take back, I have to, when I upload the video, I have to immediately put it on the page. That way I know where I'm at as far as what I'm doing. So we'll see what happens with this one. So chapter 11 of Crimes and Covers, another short chapter, took me about 2 minutes to read. I'm a pretty fast reader when it comes to it. Really nothing new in this chapter, nothing that really like pushes the story through. Chapter 11 is probably my least favorite chapter in the whole book so far. I know that will probably change as I continue to do this. But yeah, so they're just having a conversation. Husband and wife are having a conversation that kind of is a little bit confusing and all that. But yeah, so hopefully chapter 12 will help push it forward, because today I'm reading chapters 12 through 15, because I did finish chapter 11. I should have this book finished by at least, I'm going to try to have this done by tomorrow, so that I can put this in the bag and get ready for it to be sent off to the library. So yeah. Hello everyone. Okay, so we're down to chapter 12 of Crimes and Covers, and so at this point, really nothing interesting is going on. She does go to her favorite cafe to, get something to eat and talk to people. And I believe it's the husband and the owner of the cafe that kind of knew the victim, which is, typically okay. He knew the victim, sort of, and he gives her a warning. Be careful. And that's how she takes it, as a warning that, hey, be careful. As I said, not much, if anything exciting happens at all. Yeah, that's, it took me a couple of days to finally get around to reading this book, because I was busy, writing. Alright, everybody, I am back. So, update about my life. I did not read Crimes and Covers for the last couple of days, and that is because I have been busy with my book. Getting this book done has, occupied every aspect of my life, because it is going to be a pretty thick book, and everything. And I will be absolutely honest, I could just easily write a couple more chapters and then just end it, but I really don't want to. I want to continue to write it until I hit my goal. My goal is 95,000 words. So I'm currently, at the time I'm doing this little video, I'm currently at 40, almost 46,000 words. So yeah, I'm a little obsessed over it. So we're getting back to Crimes and Covers, and I'm going to be talking about chapter 13, which I am very happy to finally say I've managed to get around to actually reading it. So she's once again trying to find out, where's the Walden at, who would possibly want it, and everything. And we got this character in this chapter that says, I hate Walden, and, and I think she's kind of established that this character's really not a fan of, early American classics. But it's kind of weird that she has that. I don't know. It might be me that's thinking that. I don't really know. This book is really causing me to like scratch my head because I'm kind of like, okay, all right, yeah. But anyways, so Violet is like, I'm sorry if you know I caused you any kind of any kind of discomfort or whatnot, and yeah. So that is all that I got from chapter 13. I'm gonna do one more video tonight, and then I will get back to reading like 2 to 5 pages a day to get this book done. So yeah. Hey guys, okay, so I'm done with chapter 14 of this book, and this was a pretty short chapter. I was surprised how short it was. We find out that we found out a couple more things. Not much is memorable about the chapter, except that Rose is dating the deceased's son, which is weird. But it really is kind of, I don't know. I kind of just like I read it, but it wasn't really an exciting chapter. And I bet I have chapters in my book that are not exciting, and I really don't think an author can make every chapter exciting as long as it just pushes it through. But yeah, it was just not really anything to write home about. But on the plus side, I'm now on chapter 15, and there's 28 chapters in this book. So I am about 12 chapters away. So my goal is to get this book finished on Friday. So if I do get it done on if I do finish this book on Friday, it will be uploaded on Friday. So yeah. All right. I'll see you guys. Hi guys. So yes. So we're doing another thing for crimes and covers, and I really think this is going to be a super long video. I just know it's going to be when I have all of this put together. So chapter 15, pretty short chapter. Nothing really exciting happens in this chapter. There's conversation, but that's just pretty much about it. Yeah, not really that interesting. Hi guys. So this is actually going to be the final video that I'm doing for this book because I've decided to stop reading it. So I actually finished chapter 16 of this book, and don't get me wrong, the cover is cute and everything, but I'm just getting so bored with this book. And it's got to show, and the fact is that normally when I read a book, especially if I'm really getting into the book, I can have a book done in 4 or 5 days. I have been reading this book for a week and a half, and not even reading it. Like, I would take like 3-day breaks from this book. Like, my brain obviously just does not want to read this book anymore, and I'm literally forcing my brain to read it, and I just no. No. The wedding was sorry about that. The wedding was a great scene. It was beautiful. I'm sorry, but her writing style is so, like, it's just so uninteresting. The characters are not engaging or exciting to read. And, you know, I know that when she wrote this, like, I know these characters have been, I think this is like the 6th book in the series. And I am going to listen to the audiobook, because the audiobook, you're just listening to it, you're not opening a page up or a book or anything. I'm sorry, guys. I just cannot continue with this book. This book is literally like, oh God. It is so hard to get through these chapters and be excited about the next one. So, yeah. So I'm going to give this book 1 star. It is not worth, it's not worth the time or effort to continue with this book. But I will go ahead and I will upload the video probably tomorrow, because I just don't have the time. I know I gotta be at work at 6, but I still have to finish my short story that I'm doing. My vampire book is, I will say my vampire book is more exciting than this one, but I don't know if that's because I'm the author and I just think it is, but yeah. So first time I did not like a cozy mystery, and I'm really concerned I'm not going to like the audiobook I'm listening to, but I'm going to go ahead and listen to it and all that jazz. So I'll see you guys next time, and sorry about this. Bye.